Hello, welcome to Tang Xiaoguo's Unmanned Supermarket.
Hello? Is anyone here?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm waiting for someone. It's too hot outside. Can I come in?
Sure, just call me if you need anything.
Can you see me?
Of course I can.
Are you a real person or a robot?
We are all real people working here, with someone online 24/7.
Then I'll go buy a bottle of water. How do I pay?
You can pay by scanning the code. The video shows a customer service representative from China's unmanned supermarket interacting remotely with a shopper who has come to buy goods. Once hailed as a retail revolution, unmanned supermarkets have now shifted from rapid expansion to a more rational approach. Combining self-service shopping with real-time human support has become the lifeline for many stores. This isn't a technological evolution, but rather a reflection of market lessons. After a complete collapse, the purely unmanned model is no longer viable. What has taken its place is a hybrid operation that focuses on improving user experience. Looking back over the past decade, the rise and fall of unmanned supermarkets in China could be considered a dramatic episode in the internet economy. In 2017, Chinese media hailed them as a new landscape, new opportunities, and a technological revolution, as if they had reshaped the retail ecosystem overnight. Yet, just a few years later, that glory faded, and most projects vanished. Today, we'll analyze the trajectory from peak to downfall. The origin of all this lies in Amazon's innovation. On December 5, 2016, Amazon tested the world's first unmanned supermarket, Amazon Go. Customers in Seattle entered by facial recognition, took items and left, and the system automatically charged them without their needing to wait in line. This Just Walk Out technology, which integrated sensors, AI, and computer vision, felt like science fiction come to life. It officially opened to the public in January 2018, expanding to cities like Chicago and San Francisco. However, it didn't last long. High operating costs and frequent technical issues meant that by September 2025, only 16 Amazon Go stores remained. As Amazon planted the seeds, China's retail giants quickly followed suit. In July 2017, Alibaba founder Jack Ma launched the first Tao Coffee unmanned supermarket in Hangzhou. This instantly sparked nationwide excitement. Customers needed no phones, just facial recognition to enter, pick up goods, and leave. Payments were automatically processed through Alipay. This seamless experience led to the exclamation, "The future is here." With bustling stores and media coverage, Tao Coffee became a symbol of new retail and quickly went viral. Jack Ma confidently viewed unmanned supermarkets as a key part of his new retail strategy, seeing them as the best solution for integrating online and offline operations. Under his vision, many internet retail companies saw unmanned supermarkets as the key opportunity for the future. From 2017 onwards, unmanned supermarkets sprung up all over the country. Following Alibaba's Tao Coffee, JD.com, and China National Offshore Oil Corporation formed a strategic partnership to build hundreds of unmanned stores nationwide. Wahaha teamed up with Deep Blue Technology, signing a 3-year agreement for 100,000 unmanned stores, with a total of 1 million stores over the next decade. Besides China's leading companies, numerous startups also secured massive investments. F5 Future Store raised 42 million yuan in less than a year, and Bingo Box raised over 100 million yuan in Series A funding. In 2017 alone, 4 billion yuan flooded into unmanned supermarket projects, and more than 200 unmanned stores were set up across China, with over 25,000 smart shelves. The expansion of smaller unmanned shelves and freezers grew rapidly. The media hailed it as the start of a retail revolution, even predicting the downfall of traditional department stores. Some even saw unmanned supermarkets as the next trillion-dollar market, believing this was not just a technological breakthrough, but a business model innovation. Thus, 2017 was dubbed the glory year of unmanned supermarkets, and many people believed the 4 billion yuan investment would ignite a new market, and success seemed just within reach. But today, most of these stores have disappeared, and the few remaining unmanned supermarkets are struggling to survive. What was once a booming industry has become another bubble in the internet economy. Over 200 stores, more than 4 billion yuan invested, and yet, within just 2 years, most of them vanished. In the abandoned unmanned stores, only cold machines and empty promotional posters remain. Now, all that's left are the remnants of an unsustainable business model. Unmanned supermarkets save on staffing costs and make shopping easier for customers. So, why did they vanish in such a short period? What went wrong with the business model? The reasons for the failure stem from three main technical challenges in how unmanned supermarkets could achieve autonomous shopping. Let's start by looking into these technical means. The first technology is represented by companies like Amazon Go and Alibaba's Tao Coffee. They use machine vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensors, specifically facial recognition technology. This technology first identifies the customer through their face or by scanning a QR code linked to Alipay. After shopping, the customer simply walks out, and the system automatically charges them. However, the downside of this technology is that it cannot reliably recognize the product or faces. The second technology is RFID, or radio frequency identification. Is a mature wireless communication technology used in highway tolls, access control systems, and self-service book checkouts in libraries. It consists of an electronic tag and a reader. As long as an item is tagged with an RFID label and enters the effective reading range, the reader will capture the tag's information. In unmanned supermarkets, every product has an RFID tag. Customers don't need to scan each item individually. They simply place their shopping basket in the checkout machine, and the system automatically calculates the total price. Customers can then pay with a card. The drawback of RFID is that individual tags are costly. The recognition rate for a large number of items is low, and items must pass through a scanning area. RFID is used in stores like Bingo Box and Lawson's unmanned stores in Japan. The third technology uses QR codes, or barcodes. After choosing their items, customers can scan each product individually at the checkout. However, this essentially shifts the role of cashier to the customer, transferring the labor but not eliminating it. This method increases the time cost for customers during checkout. Now, let's move on to the second inherent flaw of unmanned supermarkets: cost management. Initially, unmanned supermarkets focused on reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Without the need for cashiers, labor costs were significantly reduced. With the help of AI and big data for inventory management, unmanned stores could offer products that better matched customer needs, thereby providing more personalized service. This logic sounds reasonable on the surface, but in practice, the situation turned out very differently. The coldness of technology and the inability to prevent customers from stealing are major issues. Many of the technologies aren't mature, and AI recognition often messes up. RFID and QR code systems require customers to have a certain level of personal responsibility. As the saying goes, you can guard against a gentleman, but not a rogue. If a customer removes the RFID tag from a product, the checkout system cannot recognize it. The combination of imperfect technology and the varying quality of customer behavior has led to a high rate of theft. Second, the hidden costs of not using human cashiers are significant. On the surface, the entire shopping process is seamless, with 24-hour operation, no staff needed, and reduced labor costs. However, the cost of installing and maintaining all the necessary equipment, such as cameras, facial recognition systems, AI, and big data servers, is substantial. The initial setup cost of such a system is at least 100,000 yuan, and the ongoing maintenance, equipment updates, and technical personnel are considerable. The energy required to power these systems also increases operational costs. Some data shows that 90% of unmanned stores have zero customers during the late-night hours, but their electricity bills are 30% higher than traditional convenience stores. In reality, the salary of a cashier isn't very high. Even in first and second-tier cities, a cashier can be hired for 3,000 to 4,000 yuan per month. So, the cost of purchasing a complete unmanned supermarket system is equivalent to paying a cashier's salary for 3 years. Moreover, the daily tasks of restocking, cleaning, and shelf organization still require human labor. In traditional convenience stores, cashiers can handle these tasks. Due to the lack of staff, the loss rate of products in unmanned stores is as high as 8 to 15%, which is 3 times that of traditional supermarkets. As a result, unmanned supermarkets not only fail to save on costs, but also raise product prices to cover the losses from technology investment, making their prices higher than those of traditional retailers. Additionally, the unmanned nature of these stores makes them easy targets for criminal activity. In trials of unmanned supermarkets in Beijing and Hangzhou, Alibaba's Sesame Credit found that some customers took items without paying. Some even grabbed expensive alcohol, but only paid 10 yuan. At one test store in Hangzhou, the supermarket sold 16,700 yuan worth of goods in one day, but only received 13,700 yuan, resulting in a payment rate of just 80%. The loss that day was around 3,000 yuan. This is because Chinese law states that theft under 1,000 yuan are not criminal cases. As a result, the store absorbs the cost of thefts under 1,000 yuan. If theft cases are reported due to frequent incidents, the legal process and cost of litigation can be much higher. Moreover, the lack of oversight in unmanned stores makes them vulnerable to criminal activity and theft. In May 2019, a robbery occurred at an unmanned supermarket in Zhanjiang, Guangzhou. Several men armed with knives broke into the unmanned store and stole large quantities of goods. Surveillance footage showed the criminals acting brazenly, raising public outcry. Though the local police quickly solved the case and arrested all 7 suspects, this incident highlights the safety risks of unmanned stores. The third inherent flaw is the cold service. In traditional convenience stores, the interaction between staff and customers provides warmth and personal care. Staff help customers find products and even engage in casual conversation, offering emotional value that makes customers feel cared for. However, unmanned stores lack this personal touch. The cold machinery and automated processes like scanning, confirming, and canceling replace human interaction. As a result, once the novelty wears off, customer return rates can drop drastically. The essence of retail is providing service, but unmanned supermarkets misses that core element. In 2018, during the large-scale expansion of unmanned stores into rural areas, rapid expansion led to problems with operational equipment, severely affecting the customer experience. For instance, air conditioning failures in the summer caused chocolates to melt, product recognition errors reached as high as 20%, and frequent system crashes forced customers to wait in stores with temperatures as low as -5 degrees Celsius. These are experiences no customer would want to face. It's been pointed out that successful offline retail businesses focus on enhancing the customer experience to retain customers. Technology should ultimately serve real human needs and emotions. Without this, no matter how advanced the technology, it can't last. In retail, unexpected, pleasant surprises often bring greater satisfaction. Examples from traditional stores like Sam's Club's offering unlimited tastings, IKEA's lie-down experience zones, and Pangdonglai's free services like Hemming pet daycare and raincoats for electric bikes show that consumers prefer to pay for personalized, human-centered service. These successful models prove a simple truth. Customers are more willing to pay for services that feel human and warm. Although China's unmanned retail market reached over 100 billion yuan in 2024, unmanned supermarkets accounted for less than 4%. The real drivers of the market are vending machines and instant delivery lockers. Meituan, JD.com, and Pupu Mall, which focus on online sales, have captured key customer experience points, offering 30-minute delivery services that expand the online instant retail market. Today, the size of the instant retail market is expected to reach 1.5 trillion yuan, 15 times that of unmanned supermarkets. Looking back at unmanned supermarkets, unmanned convenience stores, and unmanned shelf brands, from their initial attention to their current decline, it took less than 2 years from boom to bust. As more unmanned stores begin to close, the retail model has effectively declared bankruptcy. In July 2017, the first unmanned convenience store, Bingo Box, opened in Shanghai. This unmanned supermarket was once favored by many investors. However, it announced its closure just 1 month after opening. In 2018, Xingbianli cut 60% of its BD staff. On May 7th, Koala stopped its shelf business, and in the same month, Chuanguo Xiaomei's financing stalled, leaving employees unpaid. In June, Chuanhami went bankrupt. In July of the same year, Neighbor's convenience store closed 160 stores in Beijing. This company, once seen as the dark horse in the unmanned convenience store industry during its early stages, announced that it had essentially gone bankrupt due to a monthly loss of 5 million yuan and a lack of sustainable income. In October, Xiaoshan Technology filed for bankruptcy liquidation. These unmanned shelf brands, once favored by investors, fell one after another like a domino effect. The boom in unmanned supermarkets was short-lived. The small and medium-sized entrepreneurs who embraced the unmanned supermarket trend and served as pioneers in exploring this business model suffered significant losses. In 2017, following the funding myth of OFO shared bikes, the concept of unmanned supermarkets quickly became a new favorite in retail, largely thanks to Jack Ma's endorsement. Within just 5 months, 138 unmanned retail companies were established. Under the guidance of various capital investments, this promising business model collapsed within just 2 years. As quickly as stores opened, just as quickly did they shut down. No one expected that an unmanned supermarket fall faster than shared bikes. After 2020, the once popular unmanned supermarkets virtually disappeared. The 4 billion yuan in investments turned to waste. From that point on, this industry officially came to an end.